Yo people, welcome back to another video. Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 1, The Apostate is finally here, and overall I think it was a very solid episode. Nothing anyone can really complain about. They made it very clear in what direction they're taking the season. They gave the different points which I will be exploring throughout this video, and the ones that I think they'll be exploring throughout the season. The first direction they made clear was that we keep learning about the Mandalorians, as they will be very important to this season. We got to see how the foundlings are inducted into the creed, into the clan, which also allows us to learn more about that aspect of a Mandalorian's life. And I think we'll keep learning about them present day, and I think we will be taken back into more of a history lesson kind of thing, especially with Bo-Katan and the armorer, who always clutches up with key information. We also saw the inscription that Din Djarin had, which further shows that Mandalore is still active in some way, shape or form despite being destroyed. Towards the end of the episode, we saw that Bo-Katan is in a Mandalorian castle on Kalevala, which is a new planet to us, I believe. I think she's going to be starting her new anti-hero slash villain arc, and she mentioned that when she got back from the Season 2 finale, all her followers left because she had failed to retrieve the Darksaber. She seemed kind of salty, she seemed kind of upset with the Mandalorian that he didn't even seem to have it on him, so it didn't even really seem important to him from her point of view. And I still think she will end up with the Darksaber by the end of the season. I don't know, something's telling me that we'll get kind of a dark ending, and if it's not that, then it will definitely be one of the things that I'm going to talk about towards the end of the video. But I'm glad we're getting this dark side aspect from her character. We also go back to Navarro. We got the brand new High Magistrate Karga. He is dripped out. Even the whole town is looking good. Like, every time we go back to Navarro, that place just gets better and better every time. It kind of gave like a, I don't know how to say it, but like a futuristic but medieval vibe. I don't know, like the way everyone was acting in the village seemed kind of medieval. It gave off those vibes, but the whole infrastructure and the buildings and everything, super futuristic. So I like that kind of mixture. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways, from this encounter between Din Djarin and Karga, there's three important things to take away in my opinion. And number one being that Karga is looking for a marshal to control the area better. So they may have had previous breaches, or they might start becoming a target because of all the success that the town has been having. And from this, we find out what happened to Gina Carano's character, Cara Dune, which obviously she's been fired, so we won't be seeing her this season. It turns out that Cara Dune is working with special forces, and she's been written off, I assume, in that way. Just, oh yep, special forces, won't be seeing her for a while. We also find out that Moff Gideon is in a New Republic tribunal, which leads me to point number 2, that Karga doesn't seem to really trust the New Republic, and he wants to remain neutral in all of that political stuff. He wants to fully control everything that happens there, and to be fair, it's all been working very well. Look how successful everything is. And point number 3 is that we will see the return of IG-11. I personally would have preferred if he stayed dead. They gave him his nice little statue and everything, because his death was just so good and clutch. I don't know, I don't want him to come back and then it's kind of like a waste, or he was forced in. If he comes back with the same amount of clutchness and he's very stuck into the script, then I'll accept it and it's a good return. But if he doesn't live up to the same hype, then I think it was kind of a waste. And it's kind of nice seeing the whole story come full circle. Din didn't trust droids, now he wants the only one that he kind of knows to come back. Oh, and we also got our first tie-in with the sequels this season, as we see the Anzelians, Babu Frick's kind, who are the droid smiths of the town. I also think that across the episode we were given a good amount of action, which in my opinion only shows that we've just begun. We had the Mandalorians fighting the crocodile turtle shell hybrid creature at the start. We had Karga and Din have a shootout with the pirates. And we had the space fight when the pirates tried to shoot down Din and nearly got him captured. So we've seen 3 different aspects in which fights can happen. Obviously we'll get to see more shootouts, that's just the standard fight. We'll definitely see another fight with some sort of huge creature, I believe. And the space ones are kind of standard, and I think they'll only increase as the Empire and all these third parties try to attack the Mandalorian and the other Mandalorians. And last but not least, my favourite scene, which was when Grogu sees the Purgles, I believe they're called, basically the space whales, when him and Din Djarin are in hyperspace. I think the scene has teased that we may get to see Thrawn by the end of this season. For anyone that doesn't know, these space whales basically have the ability to travel in hyperspace, and they were the same species that took Ezra and Thrawn away in the finale of the Rebels animated series. These are also two characters that we haven't seen since they got taken away, and this is the same Thrawn that Ahsoka asked about in Mandalorian Season 2, for anyone that doesn't know. Thrawn's return is getting ever so closer, and if it's not in this season, then surely it's in Ahsoka, but he is definitely just lurking. We're getting the signs, the foreshadowing. I think he's very close. And as always, if we get Thrawn, then we know Ezra is also in and around the area. He must be somewhere close. So exciting times. I personally love Ezra's character. He's my favourite from Rebels, obviously excluding Maul, Ahsoka and all the established characters. From the brand new, Ezra was my favourite, with Thrawn being my second favourite, so this is a win-win scenario all round anyway. But yeah, a very solid foundation built by the episode. I can't wait for episode 2. I can't wait to keep it branching out all these different storylines that they've just given us. Feel free to let me know what your favourite scene was in the comments, any predictions you may have, or just any thoughts you have in general. If you're new around here and you enjoy the content, I'd appreciate if you sub to the channel. We are on the road to 300 subs. But yeah, shout out to everyone that made it this far. I appreciate all the support. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.